being added to Clash of Clans in the Town Hall 15 update, which will completely change how you attack. Welcome, my friends. We have already revealed Town Hall 15 itself, and in yesterday's video, I introduced you to the brand new spell towers and monolith defense. Today, we are introducing all 4 new pets to the game, and there are still more sneak peeks to come, so be sure to subscribe in order to see the update gameplay. When hero pets were introduced with Town Hall 14, we only seen 4 pets, and obviously you have 4 heroes, so if you upgraded one, you couldn't rotate them out. Now you can, and I think the new pets will replace the older pets for the most part. They're just way cooler. So you know you can upgrade your pet house to level 4 at Town Hall 14. Once you hit Town Hall 15, you can upgrade it past this. Going to level 5 will cost you pretty much 20 million elixir with 19 days to upgrade, but this will unlock Frosty. Let's briefly introduce each pet as I upgrade the pet house, then when we get to gameplay, I can get straight into the specifics. So Frosty will follow alongside the hero it is assigned to, attacking buildings within a 4.5 tile range, but the most important part is the special ability spawning frost mites. Now you can think of these very similar to Yeti mites from the Yeti troop in that they target defenses and they also slow the defense down. Remember that, because it will be very important once we get into attacks and recommended hero assignments. Once the upgrade is complete, you can obviously start using Frosty, but you can also upgrade him as well. I am going to just upgrade the pet house to the maximum level though, so we can see all of the pets, and then I'll briefly show you the upgrade stats. Upgrading to level 6, 20 million elixir, 19 days and 6 hours, but this unlocks Diggy, one of my favorite pets. My second favorite to be precise. Diggy will attack the same building that the hero it is assigned to is attacking, but the speciality of this pet is when first attacking a defense, it will stun it. And you will see at the end there's one hero in particular that I love using Diggy alongside. By the way, if you were to start upgrading a pet within the pet house, and then you go ahead and upgrade the pet house itself, the research will continue inside, so you don't have to worry about being without your upgraded pet for like 19 days. Upgrading from level 6 to level 7, over 20 million elixir, over 19 days, but this will give you the poison lizard. I think this is the most situational out of the 4 new pets. Think of this as a portable headhunter attached to your hero, which obviously its favorite target is the defending hero, but also clan castle troops, and it will poison them much like a headhunter. Also, you might have noticed as I have been upgrading the pet house, the look of it changes depending on the newest pet that you have unlocked. Finally, upgrading to level 8 is even more expensive, but unlocks the Phoenix, my favorite pet. It starts as a helpless egg, but has the best special ability of all, giving its hero one final moment of invulnerability, almost like a queen ability and a warden ability mixed together. Now that we have the pet house to maximum level, level 8, let's go ahead and show you the upgrade costs and stats for each of the new pets. Since we are on the developer build, oh, if only it was that easy. I will show you the maximum stats and flash up the upgrade costs across the different levels before we get into some strategy. For Frosty, I would recommend trying to get yourself to level 5 as soon as possible, because that is when you will unlock the second Frostmite. Remember, you can use a hero potion to get it from level 5 to 10 if you have an important war attack. Likewise, Diggy, getting it to level 5 is an important factor because you get an extra 0.5 seconds on the stun effect, but also at maximum level, you get another 0.5 for 3 seconds in total. However, since the cost of Dark Elixir goes up with every level, I would recommend getting your favorite pets to level 5 first, and I'll be giving you my recommendations at the end. Moving to the Poison Lizard, again, there is a noticeable difference when you hit level 5. This time with max DPS for the poison, as well as speed and attack rate decrease is increased. You know what I mean. For the Phoenix, this is what I'm going to upgrade first. Again, noticeable jumps at level 5 and 10, an extra second in revive time. I'm not going to show you every pet on every hero, but let's do some side-by-side comparisons so you can clearly see what they do, then I'll give some strategy recommendations. The main benefit of Frosty is the frost mites, bouncing forward to that nearest defense, slowing it down, and in this case, massively helping the king through the new monolith defense. Now, Frosty can attack by itself. It will attack any building within 4.5 tiles of its assigned hero, and the Frostmites are defense targeting, so they will bounce ahead to that nearest defense. Interestingly enough, in this replay, you will see that once the Town Hall is active, the Frostmites will redirect since it is now the closest defense. Do the Frostmites reset a single target inferno? Let's take a look. They operate similar to an ice golem when it's attacking a defense, slowing it down, so they will not reset the single. They will not freeze it. When they're attacking defenses, they are just slowing them down. A frost effect. I do feel the new pets are very versatile and could be used across multiple heroes, but I'm just going to give you my favorite and why. Although you do have to be somewhat cautious with Frosty if you are doing a Grand Warden walk, since it stands out in front, I really like having Frosty on the Warden, particularly for smash style attacks, because it stays behind your main army and is therefore a little bit better protected, meaning that you are continually spawning the Frostmites, which are jumping forward in order to help you with those defenses. Diggy can be compared to the Frostmites of Frosty, but it will stun the defense, not frost them. However, there's some pros and cons. It is not defense targeting, so it will attack any building. Obviously, it can't stun non-defensive buildings, but being the pet itself that does the stun, it's not as vulnerable to get taken down, and it has faster movement speed and greater hit points than Frosty. There's actually only the Mighty Yak that has more hit points than Diggy, and you can really see that take effect here. I think it's going to be very good if you're diving into a compartment, doing a hero dive in order to stun those defenses and help your heroes get the value. For me, since Diggy will try and target the building that your hero is targeting and you want to utilize that stun, it makes sense to have it with the Royal Champion, with her being a defense targeting hero. Not to mention that Diggy has a faster movement speed than the Royal Champion, so can actually get ahead in order to stun the defenses prior to her getting there. On those attacks when you have the Royal Champion towards the end, slowly picking off the defenses, this is the perfect pet. Sticking with this little mock-up of a base for simplicity, I'm sure this is going to be obvious for you, but look at the difference the Poison Lizard makes when it does poison the enemy heroes. It means you can get through them like nothing. But what you do have to consider if there's a hero exposed to the side of the base is why wouldn't you just bring a Headhunter? It's only 6 troop capacity, and then you can use a different pet for your hero. Well, one thing you do have to consider is traps. You do have to be careful. You can very easily lose your Headhunter to a Springtrap. That is not going to be the case with the Poison Lizard, but that's a risk I'd be willing to take. I like the idea of the Poison Lizard, but I'm not going to be using it. For it to be useful, I'd say you'd need to substitute 3 Headhunters, but then again, you can deploy the Headhunters wherever you want. The Poison Lizard tends to get ahead of the heroes and then becomes vulnerable. Even in a Queen charge when the heroes are deeper into the base, this is obviously still the case. Maybe I'm just not seeing the best use case of the Poison Lizard. The Phoenix is my favorite pet though. I'm showing it with the Royal Champion because it's easy to understand, but you know I recommend Diggy with the Royal Champion. As we mentioned earlier, the egg does nothing. However, once the hero is about to go down, the Phoenix hatches, gives the hero that little bit extra lifeline. Now, at maximum level, it's 8 seconds. Once this expires, the hero is instantly dead. It doesn't matter whether it takes damage or not, but the Phoenix lives on and will continue attacking buildings. And just to be clear, this is not like with the Archer Queen where she can be wiped out even through the ability. When the Phoenix takes effect, your hero cannot be taken out during that time. Whilst I think the Phoenix could be amazing on any hero, think about Queen charges, Royal Champion charges, I just think some of the other heroes and pets have better synergy, so I like to use the Phoenix with the King. Think about this, if you're using the King on the outside of the base for pathing, he can take out more buildings, helping with that funnel, which arguably is the most crucial thing in an attack. Taking into account all of the advice I've given in the video, my favorite pet combination is to have Frosty on the Grand Warden, Diggy on the Royal Champion, the Phoenix on the Barbarian King, and I tend to stick with the Unicorn on the Archer Queen. But with all of the pets in total, there's now so much more strategy to mix and match. Our sneak peek for tomorrow's sneak peek says sometimes you need to dig deep to recall things from the past. Cryptic enough? You betcha. If you want to see